My fiancée called off our wedding for an ex she met online, then flaunted their perfect new relationship. I replied to her post, "Congrats." Then I leaked her messages to me about how she was still in love with me and using the ex for money. Her perfect relationship frantically imploded. Original post I32M. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. It's like one of those bad dreams, except it's my actual life. 3 weeks ago, my fiancée Nicole, 29, called off our wedding. Just like that. We'd been together for 4 years, planning this wedding for the last one. Deposits paid, invitations sent, the whole 9 yards. My suit was even tailored. The reason? She'd reconnected with her first love, Justin, 30, on some social media platform. Someone she hadn't seen since high school. Suddenly he was her soulmate, and I was an obstacle. She delivered the news over a lukewarm latte, her eyes already distant. "Nicole. Scott, I can't do this. Justin, he's the one, I'm so sorry." "Sorry." Right. For context, our wedding was supposed to be in 2 months. Non-refundable deposits on the venue, caterer, photographer, probably around $15,000 down the drain, mostly from my savings. When I brought this up, very calmly, she just shrugged. "Nicole, money is just money, Scott. This is about my happiness, her happiness." Got it. I didn't yell, didn't beg, just nodded, paid for the coffees, and walked away. Inside, yeah, it felt like a bomb had gone off. But on the surface, I was just processing. Strategizing, maybe, even then. Then, last week, Nicole posts this ridiculously cheesy photo montage on Instagram. Her and Justin, beaming, clinking champagne glasses. Caption, "Finally found my true north. So excited for our adventure meant to be, soulmates, new beginnings." It was a public post. She tagged him. He commented with a string of heart emojis. My stomach churned. The sheer audacity. Not just moving on, but rubbing it in everyone's faces, including our mutual friends and family who were still reeling from the canceled wedding. So I did something simple. Under her perfect new relationship post, I commented one word, "Congrats." And then I waited. Because Nicole, in her haste to be happy, forgot about the trail of digital breadcrumbs she'd left behind. While she was falling back in love with Justin, she was also still texting me. A lot. Texts about how she was confused, how she still loved me, how Justin had a trust fund and was talking about investing in her influencer career, which was news to me. How she wasn't sure, but Justin was pressing her for a commitment. Basically, a play-by-play of her using him. I have screenshots, lots of them. And I might just be petty enough to make sure Justin sees them. Not for revenge, you understand. Just for clarity. He deserves to know who he's starting his adventure with. Let's see how perfect things are when the truth comes out. Update 1. 48 hours later. Well, that escalated quickly. And not in a way I entirely predicted, though I guess I shouldn't be surprised by the level of entitlement. So after my congrats comment on Nicole's lovey-dovey Instagram post, a few mutual friends messaged me, mostly concerned, a couple thinking I was being a doormat. I ignored them. Let them think what they want for now. The real action started about 24 hours after my comment. Justin, the soulmate, apparently saw my comment. He must have asked Nicole some pointed questions because she became very agitated. She probably gave him some flimsy story, but it was enough to make her panic about what I might do. Because Nicole called me. Frantic. "Nicole, Scott, did you say something to Justin? He saw your comment and he's asking questions. About us? About the wedding. You need to tell him it was mutual, that we both wanted to break up." Me. "Was it mutual, Nicole? Or did you call off our wedding 2 months out because you reconnected with an old flame who you think has money?" Nicole, hissing. "Don't you dare. You're trying to ruin my happiness. He's talking about a trip to Europe, Scott. A real trip, not like our camping weekends." The sheer nerve. She's worried about her European vacation while I'm picking up the pieces of our life and the financial hit from the wedding. "Your happiness seems to be built on a rather shaky foundation, Nicole. Maybe you should be honest with him." You wouldn't show him those texts?" Her voice was small now. Scared. She knew exactly what I had. Me, wouldn't I? He deserves to know what he's walking into. "You made your bed." Click. Hung up. Then came the supporting cast. About an hour later, her sister, Pamela, 27, called. Pamela was supposed to be the maid of honor. "Pamela, Scott, Nicole is a wreck. What did you do?" Me. "I haven't done anything yet, Pamela. Nicole ended a 4-year relationship and a wedding. She's the one who did something. She made a mistake, okay? But Justin makes her happy. He can give her things you couldn't. You need to let her go and stop being so bitter. It's not a good look. So it's my fault she's a wreck because her new guy might find out she's playing him? Interesting. She loves him. And she loved you. It's complicated. Just don't send him anything, okay? For Nicole's sake. She's been through enough. The "she's been through enough" line almost made me laugh. What about what I've been through? What about the vendors I'm still dealing with? I didn't promise Pamela anything. The next morning, I got an email from Justin. Still outwardly polite, but definitely more probing than I might have expected if he'd totally bought whatever Nicole told him. Subject: Nicole/your recent comment. Scott, Nicole mentioned your recent breakup. Your comment on her post was noted. She seemed a bit unsettled when I asked about your history, though she assured me everything was amicable in the end. I believe in open communication and would appreciate hearing your perspective on the situation if you're willing. I simply want to understand things clearly before making any big plans. Poor guy. He was trying to be composed, but it was clear he sensed something was off. He was giving me an opening, so I replied. Justin, thanks for reaching out. Amicable isn't the word I'd use for how things ended. Perhaps a conversation would be beneficial, or at least some context. For your sake, mostly. There are some things Nicole might have omitted. Things you have a right to know before you book those non-refundable tickets to Europe. And I attached a single screenshot, just one, a text from Nicole, sent after she'd started seeing Justin. Nicole, I still love you. Justin's nice and all, and he has money for my influencer stuff, but it's not you. I'm so confused. Don't tell him I said this. Sent. Now we wait. Again. Update 2, 1 week later. This past week has been a masterclass in entitlement and watching a carefully constructed fantasy crumble. It's something. So Justin got my email with that single screenshot. He didn't reply to me directly for a couple of days. I can only imagine the conversations happening on his end. The first sign of fallout was Nicole's Instagram. The perfect relationship montage? Gone. Deleted. Her profile picture, which was her and Justin, is now just her. Interesting. Then the calls started again. First, Nicole absolutely hysterical. Nicole, you monster, you ruined everything. Justin he's questioning everything. He called me a liar because of you. Me. Because of the truth, Nicole. The truth you were hiding. He was going to take me to Paris, and he just bought me a new camera, a Canon EOS R6. Do you know how much that costs? He's probably going to take it back. I know how much our canceled wedding cost, Nicole. And I know you lied. To me. To him. You're just jealous. You could never give me what Justin can. Apparently, neither can Justin now that he knows who you are. Funny how that works. She screamed something incoherent and hung up. The entitlement is astounding. She's not mad she lied. She's mad she got caught and might lose her sugar daddy and the expensive gifts. Next up was her mom, Brenda, 50. Usually a sweet woman, but clearly Nicole had spun her a tale. Brenda, Scott, dear, I am so disappointed in you. Nicole is heartbroken. You're being vindictive. She told us you two grew apart, that the breakup was mutual. Brenda, with all due respect, Nicole called off our wedding 3 weeks ago for a man she just reconnected with online. Then she flaunted it. Now he knows she was texting me saying she still loved me and was partly with him for his money. I simply provided Justin with information he deserved to have. You can't build a relationship on lies. But she's so fragile right now. Justin was good for her. He was going to help her with her career. You know she's always wanted to be an influencer. And I wanted a wife who was honest. We all want things, Brenda. The conversation went in circles. Brenda believes Nicole is the victim, and I'm the bitter ex. Fine. Then the big one. Justin emailed me again. Subject: Nicole, your recent comment. Scott, thank you for your honesty. That message was a lot to take in. I confronted Nicole with it. She tried to deny it, then tried to say you faked it, then finally admitted it was true but taken out of context. I asked her if there was more. She swore up and down that was it, just a moment of confusion. If there is anything else I should know, I would appreciate it. I'm not looking to drag this out, but I also don't want to be a fool. She's currently staying at her sister's. I've put our adventure on hold. He was calm, but I could read between the lines. He was hurt, confused, but also methodical. Good for him. He deserved the whole truth. So I replied, Justin, I'm sorry you're going through this. Unfortunately, that text was not an isolated incident. It was part of a pattern. I've attached a few more screenshots of messages from Nicole sent to me during the time she was actively pursuing you and after she broke off our engagement. They discuss her feelings for me, her financial motivations regarding you, and her general uncertainty. I've also included the date stamps. I'm not doing this to be malicious. I'm doing it because I was in your shoes once, believing in her, and I wouldn't want someone else to be deceived the way I was. What you do with this information is your business. For what it's worth, all our wedding vendors have been informed and deposits forfeited, totaling a little over $15,000, which Nicole assured me was just money compared to her happiness. I wish you clarity. I sent him about 5 more screenshots, each one a nail in the coffin of her perfect relationship narrative. Texts like, Justin keeps talking about his trust fund. Kinda gross but also kinda useful, lol. He's already bought me a new laptop, a MacBook Pro, for my influencing. I feel a bit bad, but you know how much I wanted one. Is it awful that I miss you when I'm with him? He's just not you. But he says he can get my Insta verified. God, this is messy. He wants me to meet his parents next month. What do I do? The fallout from this batch was nuclear. Final update, 1 month later. It's been a month since I sent Justin the full dossier of Nicole's duplicity. The dust has finally started to settle, and the landscape is different. Justin, as it turns out, is a stand-up guy. He emailed me one last time about 2 weeks ago. Subject closure. Scott, I can't thank you enough. Or maybe I can. The additional messages were illuminating and disgusting. I confronted Nicole again. There was no denying it this time. It all came out. The lies, the manipulation, the gold digging. It was ugly. Needless to say, Nicole and I are no longer together. I've blocked her on everything. My investment in her influencer career is also, obviously, canceled. She did not take it well. He confirmed he took back the MacBook and the new camera he'd recently purchased for her. I'm out the cost of a few expensive gifts and a bruised ego, but that's a small price to pay for dodging that bullet. You, on the other hand, lost a lot more. I'm truly sorry for the part I inadvertently played in your pain. If there's ever anything, though I doubt you'd need it from me, take care. He even offered to help with some of the lost wedding costs, which I declined. It wasn't his fault. He was a victim too. Nicole's world, however, has spectacularly imploded. After Justin dumped her, and from what I heard, he did it quite decisively, she apparently had a massive meltdown. Pamela called me again, this time not accusatory, but weirdly deflated. She's a mess, Scott. Justin kicked her out of his apartment. He'd apparently let her move some stuff in. He took back the MacBook and the camera. She's back at mom's. She cries all day, says her life is ruined and it's all your fault. It's her fault, Pamela. Her choices, her lies. I know, it's just hard to see her like this. She really thought Justin was her ticket. Her ticket to what? A life funded by someone else based on deceit? Pamela just sighed. Even she couldn't defend it anymore. The smear campaign against me fizzled out when the truth about Nicole's text to me got around. And it did, mostly through mutual friends Justin had apparently spoken to, and perhaps Pamela in her deflated state. The narrative shifted. People weren't seeing me as the bitter ex anymore. They were seeing Nicole for who she truly is. Her attempts to paint herself as the heartbroken victim fell flat when everyone realized she was heartbroken over a lost meal ticket, not a lost love. Her influencer career is dead in the water. She lost a lot of followers once the story got out. Turns out, people don't like supporting someone exposed as a manipulative user. Nicole, from what I hear, is miserable. Back in her childhood bedroom, no rich boyfriend, no European trips, no fancy camera. Just the consequences of her actions. She's apparently tried to reach out to me a few times. Blocked numbers, new social media accounts. I've ignored them all. There's nothing left to say. Her parents, Brenda and I assume her dad, are apparently enabling her misery, telling her she was wronged, that Justin was cruel, and that I'm a bad person for exposing her. Some people will always support their own no matter how wrong they are, but their support doesn't pay for a lifestyle. As for me, it was rough. The betrayal stung deeply. Losing 15 colors sucks, no way around it. But the satisfaction of watching her perfect new life unravel because of her own greed and lies, that's priceless. It wasn't even about active revenge for me in the end. I just held up a mirror, and the reflection was ugly. I replied, "Congrats," to her post, and then, with a few strategically placed screenshots, I let her own words do the talking. The frantic implosion was all her own making. She thought she could play everyone. She underestimated Justin's desire for honesty and my willingness to provide it. I'm moving on, focusing on my work, hitting the gym, reconnecting with friends. It's a process. There are still moments of anger, of sadness, but mostly there's a sense of clarity. And a quiet satisfaction that justice, in its own messy way, was served. Nicole got exactly what she deserved, the unvarnished truth of herself and the natural consequences that followed. And Justin? He got to walk away before he wasted any more of his life or his trust fund. Good for him.